What's up, everyone? Today, we will embark the journey of Kim Jong-yum in a manhwa titled Hiding a Logistics Center in the Apocalypse.
So then, Kim Sol, that bastard, told him to box. From that moment on, everything changed. That was when his hellish training began. If someone asked why he didn't just quit, the truth was simple. He didn't have a choice. Saying no was never an option for him. So instead, he chose a slightly better kind of hell. Later, the reason came out. It wasn't for exams, not for college, not even to train together. There was no real reason at all. He was just made to do it. Ridiculous. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Could you explain that again? He hesitated. No, that's not what he meant. Unregistered product detected. The product will be collected. What? All right, Pax, do your job. Transporting package. Please step aside. He let out a quiet breath and stepped aside. Thank you. There was no warmth here, none at all. A logistics center this large, yet barely any people. No matter how he looked at it, he had come to the wrong place. It all started about 2 months ago, right after he was discharged from the military. The weather had been nice that day, but that feeling didn't last. Son, your mom and dad are moving to Ijeongbu. We found a bigger and better house. As a gift for your discharge, we covered the deposit and 6 months of rent, so don't be upset. What? Why tell him this now? His parents moved out just like that, leaving him alone in a small studio near his school. And just like that, he was forced into living alone. So he started looking for a job. He had some savings from his military service, and with 6 months of rent already covered, he wasn't in a rush. But the real problem was his expectations. A soft, romantic story starting from a part-time cafe job. He actually looked forward to it. But reality wasn't that kind. Sorry, we prefer someone with experience. Okay. Forget romance, he didn't even make it past the entrance. He didn't even get to touch the POS system. Reality was harsher and colder than he had expected.
After a month of job hunting, he was starting to lose his mind from pure boredom. Does this even make sense? He lay there staring at his phone, frustration building. I can't even get a simple service job. I feel like I'm drying up. At some point, he just typed it out. I'm the most useless person in the world. LOL. Who told you to get a studio apartment so early, you idiot? Mom probably set that place up for you anyway. The fact that you couldn't find a part-time job is just sad. LOL, true. Anyway, I'm heading to work out. If you've got nothing to do, come to our gym. He frowned slightly. You're not serious. I'm not sure that's something I'd take as advice. Well, these days, delivery companies use AI to handle most of the work. They say a lot of people are doing it, and it's easy. What's the name of that delivery company? That was how he ended up here. He looked up at the ceiling, watching drones quietly moving overhead. There was no warmth, none at all. No matter how he thought about it, he had definitely come to the wrong place. He never imagined that his conversation partner here would be a robot. I didn't wish for things to get this easy. Kim Jong-yum? He turned. Oh, Manager Shin. We're out of tuna cans in stock, but Pax keeps indicating there's still some left. Could you check the warehouse to see if any stock is missing? Oh, yes, of course. All right, I'll take care of the rest. He smiled faintly. At least being asked to do something felt better. Honestly, Pax felt warmer than Manager Shin. Let's see, where's that tuna? He walked deeper into the warehouse, rows of boxes stretching endlessly. Ah, found it. It should have been on the first floor. No wonder I couldn't find it. He climbed up the ladder and grabbed the box. Huh? A loud noise suddenly echoed from the distance. What? He reached for the door. Click? Click, click? What do you mean? This is so damn stupid. Am I seriously getting locked in here? Connection is not available, converting to voicemail. He frowned, gripping his phone tighter. Seriously, no one picks up when you need them. Should I call emergency services or something? He hesitated, glancing around the quiet warehouse. No, forget it. It's not like this is some kind of freezer. It's nothing serious. Reporting it would just make things awkward with Manager Shin. Even so, something about this place felt off. He decides to wait it out. If nothing strange happens again, he'll just report it later. His phone screen lights up with a message he sent earlier. "I'm stuck in the warehouse, LOL." His sister replies almost instantly, laughing it off, joking that he always wanted to slack off anyway. Then another message comes in. Question mark. She says she just heard a building collapse outside her house. His expression stiffens. Collapsing? Before he can think it through, his phone starts ringing, his sister calling. He quickly answers, bringing the phone to his ear. "Hey?" Something feels off. His brows knit together. "How old are you to be prank calling like this?" Suddenly, a violent tremor slams through the warehouse. His body is thrown off balance, crashing hard onto the floor as everything around him shakes. A red emergency light bursts on overhead, spinning as a siren blares loudly. What is this?" A mechanical voice echoes through the building. "All employees, evacuate the area immediately and take shelter. Once again, please evacuate the area." The warning repeats, cold and urgent, filling the massive warehouse. No! His breath catches. Panic creeps in. He rushes to the door, pounding against it, shouting, "Hey! I'm here! There's someone here!" No response. Shit! He pulls out his phone, hands shaking. 119! But the screen flickers, battery nearly gone. What? Why is the signal like this again? He grits his teeth. If this is really something like a war breaking out, why now? The unease deepens. Then, a heavy impact slams against the other side of the door. Another one, and another. The metal reverberates violently. His hand freezes on the doorknob. At that moment, he understands. Something on the other side lets out a sharp, piercing screech, and instinctively he realizes, if he makes a sound, he'll die. Sweat runs down his face as he slowly turns his head. That's definitely not human. On the other side of the door, distorted shapes press against the glass, hands slamming repeatedly, dragging, scratching, trying to get in. He lowers himself, body trembling. What should I do? Desperation takes over. Slowly, carefully, he opens a nearby container. Inside, food. His eyes widen slightly, a fragile lifeline appearing in the middle of chaos. He sits quietly against the cold warehouse wall, chewing slowly, lost in thought. 3 days? I've already been stuck in here for 3 days. No one has come looking for him, not a single person. Something big must have happened outside. Empty cans and scattered supplies lie around him. Is it a war? I don't know what's going on, but staying trapped in here has kept me alive. Even the alarm that used to blare non-stop has gone silent since yesterday. At least now he can sleep. He glances at his phone, the dim screen reflecting in his eyes. How long can I last like this? I don't have much battery left. This might be my last note. A quiet, almost desperate thought crosses his mind. Please, let it be a soldier who opens this warehouse. And let everyone out there be safe. The silence is unsettling. It's nice that it's quiet without the alarm, but what on earth is going on out there? I hope everyone is okay. Then, a blue holographic window suddenly appears in front of him. You have been chosen. Check your awakened ability. Huh? Another message pops up. My own subspace, level 1. You can store an object in front of you inside the subspace. Uses 1. He stares at it blankly, then lets out a dry laugh. Finally, I've completely lost my mind. He can't even tell what's real anymore. But then again, surviving alone for 3 days in this situation is already insane. He leans back, smirking faintly. I can store anything? Seriously? Then I'll just store this whole warehouse. As if responding to his thought, the system reacts. The target has been designated. Do you want to store it? Yeah. The moment he agrees, a violent force slams into him. His body is dragged downward as if the ground itself has collapsed beneath him. Everything flashes white, and then he crashes hard onto rough ground. Dust explodes around him as debris scatters in all directions. What is this? His vision spins. His body aches. What is going on? The world around him is completely different. The warehouse is gone. Instead, he's sitting in the middle of ruins, collapsed buildings, overturned vehicles, and a city reduced to rubble under a burning orange sky. In the distance, smoke rises as the skyline crumbles. Someone lies nearby, unmoving. Before he can process it, another message appears. Storing starting. His eyes widen as he quickly covers his mouth, suppressing any sound. A strange swirling force begins to distort the space around him. Then another notification follows. An operating system suitable for your system has been found. Repeat, an operating system has been found. Everything is changing, and whatever just started, it's only the beginning. A blue notification flickers in front of his eyes. Update progress, 6%. Shit, my head. A sharp pain stabs through his mind. Sweat drips down his face as he tries to steady himself. Then, something feels wrong. He slowly lifts his head. The shadow. His eyes widen. Behind him, towering over his body, a massive figure stands there, its silhouette stretching across the ground. Rotting skin, bulging muscles, jagged fangs, glowing red eyes locked onto him. His breath catches. Phew, calm down. That sound earlier, it's the same one I heard 3 days ago. His hands tremble uncontrollably. What is that? A gorilla? A bear? No, whatever it is, it's moving past me. For a moment, hope flickers. Good. It doesn't seem to have noticed. A sudden roar tears through the air. Someone screams in the distance. His heart drops. The creature turns, and then it starts chasing. He bolts instantly, sprinting across the broken ground. Ah! Hey! Someone help me! The monster charges after him, each step shaking the ground. Its jaws stretch wide, roaring with a guttural fury. What the hell is that? His foot slips. He crashes hard, scraping across the ground as blood smears beneath him. An orc? Why is something like that here? He forces himself up, running again, lungs burning. Why is it chasing me so fast? The distance between them shrinks rapidly. Please, if this keeps going, it'll catch me. Then another notification flashes. Synchronization complete. You may enter the subspace. The creature lunges closer. Would you like to enter? He doesn't hesitate. Yes! A burst of energy erupts around him, but the orc is already swinging. No, it's too late! A blinding blue force explodes outward, swallowing him whole. He braces instinctively, arms raised, and then silence. He slowly opens his eyes. Huh? In front of him, a glowing circular barrier shimmers in the air. On the other side, the orc slams against it, snarling, its massive hands pressing against an invisible wall. It can't get through. He stares, stunned. He's safe. For now, he stares at the barrier, still trying to process what just happened. They can't come in? A calm, mechanical voice answers immediately. Yes. Before he can even react, the voice continues. Without permission from Kim Jong-yom, the master of this subspace, no living being, object, or energy can enter or leave. He freezes. Master? You? A notification flashes in front of him. You have entered the subspace. His eyes widen. No way. Slowly, he turns his head.
Just beyond the glowing boundary, the monstrous creature is still there, snarling, reaching, unable to cross. But inside, everything is different. Silence, stillness. He looks around. Endless rows of shelves stretch in every direction. The warehouse, the exact same warehouse he was trapped in, now perfectly intact, inside this space. At his feet, a swirling blue energy crackles, marking the entrance he just came through. He stands there, stunned. He didn't just escape, he brought the entire warehouse with him.
A low mechanical hum fills the air. A drone slowly descends from above, its rotor spinning smoothly as it hovers in front of him. He looks up, confused. Huh? More drones drift into view, gliding through the vast warehouse space like nothing ever happened. Then the voice speaks again. Did you really store the entire PAX fulfillment center in here? He turns, taking it all in. The shelves, the conveyor belts, the drones still operating as if the system is alive. So it's real. A new notification appears. Tutorial. You have entered the subspace for the first time. You will receive a reward for completing this tutorial. Reward, 1 mana stone. A faint glow forms in his hands. Huh? A small shimmering crystal materializes, radiating a soft blue light. Mana stone? Before he can think further, a loud impact echoes from outside the barrier. He flinches, instinctively tensing up as the orc slams itself against the boundary again, roaring violently. You're sure they really can't get in? Yes, that is correct. He exhales slightly, still uneasy. Another panel opens in front of him. PAX Fulfillment Center, Level 1. A 5-story logistics facility handling large-scale orders. More details scroll by. Shipping speed, 60 kilometers per hour. Simultaneous shipments, 1. Shipping size limit, 2 meters. He stares at it, trying to process. 60 kilometers per hour? Then another line appears. 2 minutes left until maintenance. His eyes widen. Wait, does that mean this whole logistics center only has 2 minutes left? Yes, that is correct. His grip tightens around the glowing stone. You can use the mana stone to supply energy and maintain the facilities in the subspace. You currently have 1 mana stone, which can power the entire facility for 24 hours. Just this one? The explanation continues. When storing the PAX Fulfillment Center, its energy system was converted to fit the subspace. Therefore, it now operates using mana stones. He looks up slowly, disbelief written all over his face. Is that even possible? Then he notices something. The drones. They're glowing faintly, moving more smoothly than before. Is it just me, or did PAX get a little smarter? He turns his head, scanning the ceiling. The electricity. The facility's power supply has been cut off. His expression hardens. If the power's gone, PAX Fresh and everything else stored here could go bad. His eyes widen in realization. PAX Fresh! Images of neatly packed food flash through his mind. Meat, vegetables, even ready-made meals. PAX Fresh. A system designed to store and deliver food in perfect refrigerated conditions. Outside is basically a war zone, and in a situation like this, food isn't just important, it's everything. He clenches his hand slightly, and now the power keeping all of that fresh is gone? That's a problem. He looks at the hovering drone. PAX, you said 1 mana stone can maintain the entire facility for 24 hours, right? Yes, that's correct. Then how do I get more? The drone answers without hesitation. You can obtain mana stones from beings of another world. Beings of another world? His eyes slowly shift toward the barrier. If that's true, then the answer is already right in front of him. On the other side, the orc presses against the shimmering boundary, snarling. So that thing. He raises his hand, the glowing crystal resting in his palm. Pax, maintain the facility with this for now. The stone dissolves into light. One mana stone has been used. A faint hum spreads through the warehouse as systems come back to life. He exhales, relieved. And I can still search for items, right? Yes. What item are you looking for? Moments later, a box drops in front of him with a metallic clatter. He looks down as tools and weapons spill into view. Knives, foldable blades, a small axe. These might be useful. He picks one up, testing the weight. Getting close is dangerous. Throwing them might be the only option. But there's a problem. There's not many of these left. His gaze shifts back to the orc. Will something like this even pierce that body? The creature stands there, unmoving, trapped outside. As long as I stay here, it can't reach me. He grips the axe tighter. I don't have to finish it in one go. Even a deep wound would be enough. If I weaken it, I can deal with it later. Yeah, let's just focus on injuring it first. In one swift motion, he swings and throws. The axe spins through the air and slams into the orc. But the blade barely sinks in. The monster doesn't even flinch. Damn it! What kind of muscles are those? Frustration flashes across his face. He looks back at the box, mind racing. What do I do? No matter how well he throws, these weapons are too light. They only leave scratches. His eyes settle on the box again. The only thing that might actually do damage, the heavy axe. He reaches toward it slowly. This time, he needs something that can actually hurt it. The warehouse stood silent, vast and hollow, rows of shelves stretching endlessly under cold white lights. In the center of it all, he stood frozen, an axe in his hand, breath unsteady. Moments ago there had been 15. Now there were more. He stared at the weapon, then at the floor around him, axes scattered like reflections of the same object, identical, endless. Why? He muttered. The drone hovering nearby answered in its calm, mechanical tone. The items here weren't ordinary. They had been converted into data, information that could be reconstructed again and again. Damaged, yes. Changed, maybe, but never truly gone. Infinite supply. His grip tightened around the handle. Beyond the shimmering boundary of the subspace, the orc loomed, massive, bloodied, and furious. It pressed against the barrier, snarling, its red eyes locked onto him, waiting, watching. He exhaled slowly. So, I don't have to hold back? At first he considered brute force, closing the distance, striking with everything he had, but the memory of its hardened muscles, the way his previous attack barely scratched it, made his jaw tense. No, that won't work. Throwing them was an option, keep distance, chip away, but even that had a flaw. My shoulder, he murmured, it'll give out before that thing does. The drone spoke again. He didn't need to throw them. He could ship them. The word echoed in his mind. Not physically, not manually. The system itself would deliver the item, instantly, outside the subspace. A direct transfer, a strike from nowhere. A weaponized delivery. His eyes widened slightly. That's insane, because this wasn't just convenience. This was power. No wind-up, no missed throws, no wasted energy. Every attack would be precise. Every strike would carry the same force, delivered at high speed without strain. And more than that, there was no limit, no ammunition to run out, no fatigue slowing him down, no need to retrieve weapons. As long as the system worked, he could keep attacking, again and again and again. Even something as simple as an axe became deadly when it could be launched endlessly at high speed from any angle. If he improved the speed, if he reduced the delay, if he learned to control where and how they appeared, this ability wouldn't just be useful, it would be overwhelming. The orc roared again, slamming against the barrier, its patience thinning. He lifted the axe. No hesitation this time. He focused not on his arm, not on strength, but on the system itself, on the object in his hand, on its destination. Ship!
For a split second, nothing happened. Then the axe vanished from his grip. Outside the barrier, space itself seemed to distort, and in the next instant, the axe reappeared mid-air, already moving. Fast, too fast. It slammed into the orc with a violent crack, the impact sending a shock through its massive body. Blood sprayed. The creature staggered backward, its roar twisting into something sharper. Pain. He stared, breath catching. What is this speed? Above him, the drone hovered steadily. The current default shipping speed is 60 kilometers per hour. 60. His heart pounded. No effort, no warning, just command and impact. The orc steadied itself, growling, but this time it wasn't advancing. For the first time since this began, it had been pushed back. And standing in the quiet center of an infinite warehouse, surrounded by weapons that would never run out, he realized something. This wasn't just a storage facility. It was a battlefield. And what he held wasn't just an ability. It was a system that turned supply into firepower, inventory into weapons, and time itself into an advantage. And if he learned to use it properly, there would be nothing he couldn't overwhelm. He stared at the aftermath in silence. Dust settled slowly over the ruined ground outside. The orc's massive body lay crumpled in the distance, a deep crater carved beneath it from the impact. The axe, his axe, had struck like a missile, not a thrown tool. 60 kilometers per hour? He muttered, still trying to process it. So that's what shipping speed meant. Above him, the drone hovered steadily, its voice calm as ever. The speed could be increased, up to 75 kilometers per hour for now. Beyond that, he'd need more mana stones. Mana stones. His gaze drifted back toward the battlefield outside. The answer was already there, lying in the dust. Beings of another world. So that was the exchange. Power for power. He exhaled slowly, then turned away. Packs. His voice steadied. I need to search for some items. Light spilled across the warehouse as new equipment materialized. Boots. Durable, lightweight, made for movement. Pants designed for combat, flexible, reinforced. A map, detailed, precise. Markers, tools for planning, not fighting. He knelt on the floor, spreading the map out in front of him. Circles formed under his pen. Districts, routes, distances. His mind moved quickly now, no longer panicked. Gangnam, Jung, Dobong. He traced paths, calculating. If I move from Gunpo, this order makes the most sense. The world outside wasn't just dangerous, it was collapsing. And somewhere out there, people were still alive. I need to hurry. Then his eyes shifted to something else. A bike. Not a car, not a motorcycle. But right now, it didn't matter. It's not perfect, he muttered, stepping toward it. His hand brushed the frame. But it's enough. In a world where roads were broken and chaos ruled, this wasn't just transportation. It was speed, mobility, freedom, a way forward. Behind him, the warehouse hummed quietly. Endless shelves, infinite tools, a system waiting to be used. And now he understood. This power wasn't just about fighting. It was about control. Control over resources, control over distance, control over time. With enough mana stones, he could increase shipping speed, turning simple objects into high-velocity weapons, reduce cooldown, overwhelming enemies with constant attacks, expand inventory, access better, deadlier tools. He didn't need strength, he didn't need talent. As long as he could think, adapt, optimize, he could turn anything into a weapon, even logistics. He mounted the bike, the light from the warehouse fading behind him as the ruined city stretched ahead. Collapsed buildings, burning skies, silence broken only by distant echoes of something monstrous. He tightened his grip. Everyone, just hold on a little longer. The wheels began to turn, and as he rode into the broken world, the system moved with him, invisible, silent, deadly. The sound of my bike rattles through the ruined street.
clink, clank, cutting through the silence. 30 minutes after leaving the subspace, I'm still alive. I keep pedaling, my grip firm, clothes marked with dust and traces of battle. In just 30 minutes, after taking down 12 orcs, I learned 2 things. Truck! My eyes snap to the side. An orc bursts out from the shadows, muscles tensed, jaws wide open. Grrrr! It charges straight at me. First, my ability. I push off hard, thud, twisting my body. A glowing circular portal opens beside me. Its attack passes through empty space as I shift position, and in the next instant, I'm redirected through the portal. The orc lunges again, but I'm already moving with the flow of that warped space. It charges through and gets thrown off by the same spatial force. Grrr! It stumbles, disoriented. At first, I couldn't fully understand it, but after using it repeatedly while hunting orcs, now I see it clearly. A compressed force shoots forward, fast and precise. This ability, it's seriously powerful. Slash! My attack lands clean, tearing through its shoulder. The orc growls, baring its fangs, eyes glowing red. Grrr! Then again, a portal opens in front of it. Grrrr! It charges straight through, but I've already stepped aside. Missed again. Landing a hit with this isn't easy. There's a cooldown, about 30 seconds, and the range is limited to around 10 meters. A faint blue screen appears. Cooldown time, 23 seconds. Still, even that can be improved if I gather mana stones and upgrade. And this ability, it's not just about shipment. Rustle. The orc turns, breathing heavily, searching for me. Above it, a blood-stained axe appears mid-air. Shh! Before it can react, the weapon drops. There's also product retrieval. Anything I dispatch, I can bring back instantly. The orc reaches up. Too late. The axe disappears in a flash and reappears again through the portal. I step out calmly, brushing off my sleeve. It's just as convenient as the shipment ability. Normal items like axes don't even need manual retrieval. I still don't fully understand how it works. Above me, something begins to gather, faintly glowing. Mana stones. Even those, I can retrieve them. As they drift toward me one by one, I realize this ability isn't just useful, it's on another level. It's a shame they only show up after the target is already down. A faint glow rises beside me. You have obtained 1 mana stone. Current mana stones in possession, 13. So that's how it works. Product retrieval really does bring back whatever I've taken down. I glance up. A small drone hovers nearby, quietly buzzing. I didn't send that mana stone anywhere, but it looks like anything I defeat automatically produces one, and it gets collected. Anyway, it's a good thing I can put packs into subspace. As long as the subspace stays active, there's no danger of anything happening inside it. My foot steps forward. Tap. Now I need to move fast. I have to get my family into the subspace. Screech! A sharp cry cuts through the air. And then, the second thing I learned. I look up. Under the moonlight, something huge circles above, its wings slicing through the air. The creatures out here, they're not just orcs. Screech! The shape dives lower. Wait, did I just catch a deer? No, that thing has wings, and its build is way bigger than an orc. This won't be easy to deal with. Or maybe it's just me. More cries echo around me, from different directions. This isn't just one. This is too loud. Too many. Help! My head snaps toward the sound. What? A scream? My heart tightens. Someone's in danger. I take off running, breath quick, the sound guiding me through the ruins. There! A man stumbles, panic written all over his face. Above him, a massive flying creature drops from the sky, jaws wide, moving fast. Ah! It strikes. The man is thrown violently across the ground. Yah! Mr. Choi! Another man rushes towards him. Mr. Choi, are you okay? Get up, quickly! But it's too late. The creature lands, towering over them. The man freezes, trembling. Ah! Ah! The monster lowers his head, teeth bared, breath heavy. It's right in front of him, and yet it doesn't attack him. What is this? Why isn't it attacking him? Ah! Ah! The man looks up, confused, terrified. No way. From the beginning, was its target the other one, the smaller man, Mr. Choi. Behind him, the creature rises again, looming in the darkness, eyes locked on its real prey. Did it think it was easier to hunt than me? That must be it. That's why it keeps ignoring me and only going after Mr. Choi. The creature lowers its body, ready to strike again. Damn. What do I do? How am I supposed to draw its attention? My hand tightens around the small knife. Tremble. What can I even do with something like this? Huh? A sharp sound cuts in. Parang, parang. A faint pulse, like something activating. Then, flash! A burst of light explodes in the distance. Mr. Choi turns, startled. What was that Before he can finish, a violent shockwave tears across the ground, ripping through the space between us. The air splits with a sharp, slicing force. Everything goes quiet for a split second. His eyes widen. Dust and debris scatter through the air. Then, a heavy shape crashes down. The ground shakes. An axe? Did it just take down that flying monster in one hit? I let out a breath. Whew! Good. At least it ended quickly. I looked toward them. Is everyone okay? Oops. The light. I step forward, still holding on to the bike, the faint glow surrounding me. They stare at me, stunned. A bicycle? A soldier? He took down that creature with an axe while riding a bike? Soldier! I pause. You're a soldier, right? They bow their heads repeatedly. Thank you so much. You saved our lives. Yes. I scratch my cheek lightly. I'm just glad you're safe. However, I'm not a soldier. I tap the logo on my chest. As you can see, I'm wearing a PAX FC uniform. Oh, you're a PAX FC employee? We thought you were a soldier from how you looked. Even if you're not, you've got incredible skills. You took down that monster with an axe while riding a bike. I see. So you've awakened an ability too. Yes, I did. I glance at my hands for a moment. Though it's nothing special, just a basic driver-type ability. Well, I'm honestly jealous. I haven't awakened any ability myself. He laughs awkwardly. Anyway, it's a relief we found help around here. We're really lucky. I glance around. Are there no other people nearby? Yeah. His expression darkens. You know, this is Block C, a logistics center. A lot of people gathered here. If it had just been people, it would have been fine. But the monsters came too. My eyes drop to the ground. Bodies, scattered debris, signs of chaos everywhere. Most of them didn't make it. They were attacked before anyone could react. Maybe 10, 15 people are left. The survivors are staying in Block E, underground terminal. That's where we came from. I see. We came up here to look for supplies, anything useful. But then the building suddenly disappeared. Disappeared? So that's why everything feels off. Instead of standing around here, if you don't have a place to stay, you're welcome to come with us. It's on the 4th basement floor, and monsters haven't shown up there. At the very least, you'll be able to rest. We can also share some light food. Should I go? I pause, thinking. They mentioned vehicles earlier. Does that mean there might still be one working? I don't need food or a place to sleep, but information, that's what I need, especially about any functioning vehicles. I still don't trust them fully. But in this situation, I can't really refuse. All right, I'll go with you. Thank you, seriously. We appreciate it. You saved us. Helping you is the least we can do. They're taking a risk too, just like me. And most importantly, let's go. We'll lead the way. Yeah, please do. We start moving. As I follow behind them, something floats quietly beside me, unnoticed. They still don't know about my ability.
If things go bad, I can always escape into subspace. It's not something I need to worry about right now. We descend underground. The air changes, heavier, colder. A man near the entrance exhales slowly, watching us approach. Inside, several people gather around dim lights. Some sit quietly, others look exhausted. In the center, a man stands over a fallen creature, holding a weapon, blood marking the ground around him. Everyone's attention shifts toward me. A face I've never seen before. My steps slow. Something about this place. It feels off. My instincts tighten. Something here is dangerous. What the hell? Everything went dark for a second, and when I look up, people are scattered across the road, staring at something on the ground. What just happened? Is everyone okay? We're fine. I follow their gaze, and that's when I see it. A massive, green-skinned monster lying in a pool of blood. Not human. An orc? One of those things just wandered in here? Looks like it came in by accident. Good thing it didn't notice us. We took it down before it could react. Even so, something feels off. No one's hurt, but this place, it's not safe anymore. I stare at the corpse, trying to process everything, when a voice cuts in. Didn't you say this place wouldn't get attacked by monsters? My chest tightens. I don't answer. By the way, who's that? I feel their eyes shift toward me. He's the one who saved us from that wyvern. Wyvern? They said he used to work for PAX FC. He's insanely strong. My heart sinks as they keep talking. He threw an axe and killed the wyvern in one hit, but the axe shattered along with its head. A wyvern? Wow, what kind of ability is that? Their voices echo around me, but I can barely focus. Suddenly, someone grabs my hand. You saved Youngsu and Byung-chul. I flinch. Really? Thank you so much. I don't even know how to repay you. I was just doing what I had to do. But they don't let go. Oh my, you're so kind. Do you have a girlfriend? Huh? Hey, stop saying weird stuff. The tension finally breaks a little as people start laughing. I'm sorry, you must be surprised. We've all worked together for over 10 years. Youngsu and Byung-chul, they're like family to us. I slowly nod. It's nice to meet you. The man in front of me smiles. I'm Lee Jin-mok, the manager of this logistics center. Thank you for saving them. I'm Kim Jung-yum. Even as we introduce ourselves, the uneasiness doesn't go away. Honestly, we can't say this place is completely safe anymore. But it's still better than outside. We've got food and water stocked from the logistics center. You can eat. And you can rest. We'll take turns standing guard. I glance around at everyone. For now, this might be the safest place I've got. Go ahead. Eat as much as you want. No need to hold back. The manager turns slightly, speaking casually like this is all normal. We've got plenty of supplies, and even if we run out, we can always get more from the logistics center. That's when someone hesitates behind us. Sir? Manager? There's something I need to tell you. A strange tension fills the air. The logistics center. It's gone. What? Gone? What do you mean gone? The whole place. It just disappeared, like it was never there. My eyes widen. That's why we were being chased by that wyvern. No, that doesn't make any sense. How can an entire building just vanish? I don't know. Silence spreads, heavy and suffocating. The manager exhales slowly, trying to steady himself. With monsters roaming around like this, nothing is impossible anymore. I press my fingers against my temple, trying to think. So suddenly everything changed like this. Manager, what do we do now? He lifts his head, decision already made. No matter what, we have to go through the tunnel. If we stay here, things will only get worse. Don't lose hope. We just got unlucky, a bit earlier than expected. We'll dig through the tunnel as fast as we can. Yeah, even without the logistics center, we had to leave eventually. Let's just push through it. All right. I look at him. Push through? You might have heard already, but we all have homes somewhere else. Vehicles are the only way we're getting out. Vehicles? Do we even have any working ones left? Yeah, they're everywhere. But there's a problem. All the roads are blocked. The golf course cuts off the north. The east side is buried under containers. And the southern expressway, it's completely destroyed. That means the tunnel to the west is our only way out. But a group of wyverns has taken it over. So that's the situation. Up until now, we survived thanks to supplies from the logistics center. But now, we have no choice but to break through. I see. So we've got vehicles, and the plan is to clear the tunnel. Right. He looks at me, then shakes his head slightly. Mr. Jungyum, you don't have to go through the tunnel. The blocked roads only matter for vehicles. You could leave on foot, or even take a bicycle. I meet his eyes. No, I need a vehicle too. I'll go through the tunnel. If it's just wyverns blocking the way, that's actually better. It might take some time, but with my ability, I can hunt them down.
Looks like that's settled. So Mr. Jungyum is coming with us. Honestly, I'd like to stop you, but I let out a small laugh. I can't really hide my strength anymore. If I can help, then I will. But deep down, I stay cautious. I don't need to show them everything. They seem like good people, but I can't ignore one thing. They're not like me. While I was stuck fighting to survive, they were holding out in a relatively safe place. They've struggled too, just in a different way. They might have stockpiled food and supplies before everything collapsed, but they're not the type to reveal how much they really have. They understand how valuable food and water are now. Information like that isn't something you just share, and that's fine. If anything, I need that same level of caution. I want to check the situation in the tunnel first. I need to see how many wyverns there are, so I'll scout ahead. If I move alone, I can use my ability without holding back. Those items I checked earlier. With just 5 magic stones, I can cut my cooldown to seconds. What is this? Openable items? Not sure about this auto-delivery thing, but the rest are insanely useful. But the cost, 10 magic stones? Good thing I didn't waste them earlier. If I'm going up against a group of wyverns, I should upgrade first. After telling them I'll scout ahead, I'll quietly hunt a few wyverns, gather magic stones, and power myself up before clearing the path. A faint smile forms on my lips. Everything's going according to plan. I start moving out, but then someone rolls up beside me on a bicycle. Huh? It's dangerous to go alone. No. You were being chased by a wyvern earlier. That's not exactly safe either. That's true, but I can't just let you go by yourself when you don't even know the way. And I believe you'll save us again, just like before. That catches me off guard. I look at him for a moment. Thanks for trusting me. But you said this is your first time using your ability, right? You can see those message windows and all that? No, I haven't seen anything like that since I first awakened. But somehow, I just know how to drive. I narrow my eyes slightly. That worries me. Try driving first. If it doesn't work, we'll just move on foot. I look ahead. The ruined city stretches under the cold moonlight. Something about all of this feels very wrong. What's that? The wind suddenly shifts. No, that's not wind. Something's coming. I look over, and he's already pedaling harder, standing up on the bike to gain speed. Why are you riding like that? There are too many cars blocking the road. I can't see clearly. Wait, my instincts spike. Ahead, there's a wyvern in front of us. What? Where? Should we keep going? No, wait, I can't see. Too late. Through the wrecked cars, I see it. A wyvern. Its eyes glow red in the darkness, locked onto us. What should I do, Jungyum? Keep going. Look ahead. In the next instant, the creature lunges. A massive body crashes down, but we slip past it by a hair. Its jaws snap shut right behind us. We keep riding. Don't look back, no matter what. Got it. I force myself to stay calm, scanning ahead. I can see it. The tunnel, it's right there. Oh, already? Closer than I expected. The bike suddenly slows. Why did you stop? Something feels wrong. I turn. Jungyum. His voice trembles. I think we're in serious trouble. I look around, and my stomach drops. We're surrounded. Wyverns, multiple of them, circling us from every direction, their wings spread wide, their eyes glowing in the dark as they close in. Low growls echo around us. Grrr, grrr. There's no way we can outrun that thing. And with Jongyam's ability, taking it down isn't happening either. It's over. We're completely screwed. My chest tightens as I look up at that monster. Damn it, I can't keep hiding this anymore. Pax? A holographic screen flickers to life in front of me. It says it'll cost 10 magic stones, and I've only got 5 left after that, for cooldown. Pax? I ignore him and focus. This is our only shot. What are you doing right now? Before he can finish, the creature lets out a deafening screech, like it's about to tear us apart. It dives straight at us. From above, its shadow swallows everything. We don't even have time to react. Yeah, we're dead. Ship! A blinding flash erupts in front of me. The impact never comes. Instead, a shockwave bursts outward, violent but controlled, like something just intercepted that monster mid-attack. I shield my head, bracing for death, but nothing hits. It's okay, Yongsoo. Huh? What just happened? He slowly turns around, and behind me a massive glowing bait has opened. Inside it, drones, dozens of them, floating in formation, humming with energy. Yeah, this is exactly why I couldn't reveal this sooner. The system starts burning through my mana stones one after another. Consumed 1 mana stone, cooldown reduced by 5 seconds, current cooldown 25 seconds. Again, consumed 1 mana stone, cooldown reduced by 5 seconds, current cooldown 20 seconds. I keep going without hesitation. Another one, 15 seconds. I grit my teeth. Faster. Cooldown reduced to the limit. Current cooldown, 5 seconds. That's as far as it'll go. To reduce it any further, I'd need to upgrade the subspace itself. Not happening right now. Behind me, the gate stabilizes, glowing brighter. One of the drones slowly floats forward, its camera locking onto us like it's ready for orders. The portal hums, steady and powerful. Then something drops out. A glowing crystal shoots out of the subspace and into my hand. Yongsoo. I grab it without looking away from the sky. From now on, you stay right beside me. That's the only way I can keep you alive. Got it? Yup. Wait, what is that thing behind you? It's coming. I can already feel it. The air splits and the monster dives straight at us again, screaming like it's lost its mind. Kee! It comes down fast, too fast, but this time I'm ready. The moment it enters range, a drone fires. A concentrated blast slams straight into its body, tearing through its side and knocking it off course. It crashes across the ground, dragged by the force. The creature screeches in pain, twisting violently before snapping its head back toward us. Kee! It's pissed. It lunges again, wings beating hard, trying to rip us apart. But the barrier flares. A glowing shield forms between us and that thing. Its jaws crash against it, splashing blood and force outward. Gah! The impact still hits hard. Yongsoo gets thrown back from the shockwave, crashing to the ground. I step forward, hand raised. More drones shift into position behind me. This isn't over yet. Jungim, the wyvern lunges straight at me again, jaws wide open, aiming to crush everything in front of it. But the moment it hits, the barrier holds. It slams into the shield with a heavy impact, and for the first time, it hesitates. Keek? Yeah, now it's confused. From above, I can see it clearly. The creature drops back, blood dripping, as it tries to figure out what just blocked it. Meanwhile, Yongsoo just stares at me, completely frozen. This is insane. From that logistics center to Pax firing axes, I don't get any of this. Honestly, I don't blame him. Even I know how ridiculous this looks. But there's one thing I'm sure about. For me, these monsters aren't a problem anymore. A tunnel? Yeah, that's how he sees it. If it's Jongyam, he could break through it easily. The whole reason we use delivery vehicles is simple: carry supplies and move safely. The tunnel is just part of the route. Even if we pass through it safely, the outside is still full of monsters. But for me, it's different. I don't need the road. I just use the vehicle as a means of transport. I'm so jealous. With an ability like that, I could get to my family so much faster. He looks at me, still trying to process everything. But how far does he even need to go to require something like that? I stay quiet. Then the wyvern suddenly pulls back. The wyvern is running away? Looks like it thinks I'm dangerous. It's smarter than it looks. I exhale slowly. I wanted to enhance this further, maybe improve precision, but I'm running low on mana stones. Young-soo picks up the glowing blue crystal, turning it in his hand. What is this blue stone? You've never seen one before? Is this your first time seeing a mana stone? Mana stone? Yeah, I use them to enhance my abilities. So abilities can be strengthened? I'll try it too if I ever get the chance. Yeah, that explains why you didn't extract one from the orc earlier. I guess not all abilities work the same. He pauses, then looks back at me. By the way, I didn't expect this kind of ability. Pax firing axes like a gun. He lets out a small laugh. With power like that, you could probably smash straight through the tunnel on your own, huh? I just give a faint smile.
Could he really? I didn't come here planning to do this. I let out a quiet breath. I just wanted to check the tunnel first, and if it looked doable, I was going to slip through on my own. I didn't mean to show my ability like this. Young-soo just stares at me, still stunned. I ended up getting in your way, Jong-yum. I'm sorry. He bows his head. No, I shake mine. I didn't know the route either. If I'd come alone, I probably would have failed. For now, let's head back. The wyvern pulled away, but it could come back any second. He nods, then hesitates. But, by the way, how far are you trying to go if you need a vehicle? To where my family is. The closest major point is Gangnam, but my actual destination is Indokwan. His eyes widen. Gangnam? I'm heading to Indokwan. It's on the way there. I glance back at him. If it's not too much trouble, could you go with me to Indokwan? Huh? Even if I get through the tunnel, I'm not sure I can make it home safely. My ability is driving. I can handle the road, but not the monsters. He steps closer, more serious now. But you can fight them, Jong-yum. If we're heading the same way, I can help with the driving. It's hard to reach Gangnam right now, but I can get you to Indokwan faster than anyone. I might not be as strong as you, but I promise I won't slow you down. If needed, I can provide food, too. Not a bad deal. Young-soo's driving skills are solid, that's obvious. And more importantly, if I travel with him, it gives me a reason to keep my ability hidden. If people find out what I can really do, I have no idea what they'd try. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but still, if I don't go with him, there's no guarantee I can move unnoticed. I might end up dealing with problems I don't want. The safest move is to stay low, and above everything else, I trust him. Even after getting chased by that wyvern, he still chose to rely on me. All right, take us to Indokwan. His face lights up instantly. Thank you! But I'll handle the tunnel myself. Too many people will just get in the way, and I don't want my ability exposed. So make sure I get to deal with it alone. Talk to the others for me, Young-soo. He places his hand on his chest and nods firmly. Got it. Don't worry. Everyone would listen if I just stepped up, if I sounded confident enough. So I took a breath and raised my voice. All right, everyone, listen up. We can all make it out of this tunnel. For a second, it actually worked. The room quieted down. People were looking at me. Then that guy suddenly stepped in beside me, smiling like he owned the place. Mr. Jong-yam here is going to break through the tunnel himself using his awakened ability, so all we have to do is wait until he's done, then move forward. Wait, what? I know you're curious about his power, but don't worry about that. What matters is he'll clear the way. My mind went blank. No way. How could he just throw that out there? I never told anyone to keep it secret, but still. Now everyone's whispering. So he's really going to break through it alone? And we just wait until it's done? Can't you at least tell us how you're going to do it? Yeah, I forced the word out, but inside, I'm screwed. That man, he's dangerous. The way he talks, he's making people trust him less, not more. I don't know, I admitted, trying to keep it together. But we've already come this far. We don't have a choice but to push forward. I wiped the sweat off my face. By tomorrow morning, I'll have the tunnel cleared so everyone can leave. It wasn't convincing. I could see it in their eyes. But they were desperate. They're worried about food, about surviving. If I clear the tunnel quickly, at least that fear goes away. Mr. Jongyam, the older man stepped forward, looking straight at me. I won't ask about your ability. I won't pry. You must have made this decision thinking of all of us. If staying out of your way helps, then we won't interfere. But, he gestured behind him. A box was brought forward, packed with drinks and supplies. While you were scouting the tunnel, we gathered some of our reserved food to give you. I froze. You risked your life for us. The least we can do is share what we have. And now you're going to clear the tunnel too. Thank you. People around us lowered their heads slightly. I'm sorry, all we can offer is our gratitude. No, wait. I stepped back, shaking my head. I only did what I had to. This is too much. This food, you should keep it for your families. A hand landed on my shoulder. Just accept it, Mr. Jongyam. It wasn't easy for everyone to share their food. If you refuse, that'd make things harder for them. Besides, he added quietly, do you think you're the only one here with a family? I looked up, caught off guard. You have people waiting for you too, Mr. Jongyam. Family. My family. For a moment, everything else faded. The fear, the pressure, all of it. I can't fail. Not when they're waiting for me. You said you'd clear the tunnel by tomorrow morning. Isn't it about time we brought that out, Director? Yeah, if not now, then when? Bring it here. 2 bottles clinked together. It's time for a drink. The Director let out a small breath, holding the bottle up. There's not much of it, but maybe that's for the best. Let's just drink enough and make it back to our families tomorrow. Let's toast to making it out alive. Cheers! To our families. Cheers! Laughter filled the space. For the first time, people looked a little less afraid. The sky was clear, bright, peaceful, like nothing ever happened. I tightened my grip. Don't worry, go inside first. I mounted the bike, glancing back one last time. They were all watching me, silently, waiting, hoping. I stepped down on the pedal and took off. The road was cracked, abandoned, leading straight into the darkness of the tunnel. Behind me, they all stood there, putting their faith in me. I pushed forward. No hesitation, no turning back. I'll be back. The sunlight poured down as I rode forward, straight toward the tunnel. The closer I got, the darker it felt. Then, a screech echoed out. I slammed the brakes. Something was inside. Shapes moved in the darkness, wings, dozens of them, monsters. So that's what's waiting for me. I stared into the tunnel, gripping the handle tighter. Family. The word hit me again, and suddenly, I wasn't here anymore. Did you two fight again? She hit me first. You always start it. When have I ever picked on you? You kids. After all that yelling, they still couldn't stay apart. Honestly, you two are closer than you think. I grew up alone, so I always envied siblings. That's why I'm jealous of you both. Even if you argue now, one day you'll understand just how important family really is. A caring heart, that's what matters. Hey, didn't I tell you to come help with dinner? I was wondering what was taking you so long. Family, warmth, laughter, the kind of life that feels normal. I blinked, and I was back. Someone shouted nearby, "Our son! I miss our son! The director's drunk again. Someone take the alcohol away from him." Laughter filled the space again, messy, loud, human. Night fell. One by one, everyone passed out. The place went quiet. "Bathroom?" Someone mumbled, stumbling off. "Where did Mr. Jongyam go? He said he was stepping out for some air earlier. You think he felt uncomfortable? Maybe." Footsteps echoed in the dark. Then something moved. Huh? Something wasn't right. A voice suddenly calls out, snapping him out of his thoughts. "Mr. Jongyam?" He turns toward the sound, slightly startled. "Ah, Mr. Yong-soo." The other man approaches, looking concerned. "You must be exhausted. Why aren't you sleeping? Was the place too uncomfortable? He shakes his head lightly. No, it's not that. I just can't sleep. There's a brief pause before the man looks at him curiously. What are you doing out here? He brushes it off casually. Nothing important. But the moment the door opens, the man freezes. His eyes widen in shock. Both of them step inside, the dim space revealing what's been hidden. A row of vehicles, fully loaded. Wow! All of this? The man's voice trembles with disbelief. I only loaded about half, just so the vehicles wouldn't get too heavy, he explains calmly. But even this should be more than enough. The other man turns sharply. This is the last vehicle? The last one? His confusion deepens. Wait, does that mean... His gaze shifts outside. Rows and rows of trucks fill the area. You're telling me you filled all 15 vehicles with supplies? Silence. A quiet, uneasy realization sets in. He steps closer, lowering his voice. Please, keep this between us. The other man panics slightly. I mean, even if this is a logistics center, loading this much food and supplies? It's fine, he cuts in. We still have plenty in stock. But the man's expression doesn't ease. Even so, distributing this much, before he can finish, everything explodes into motion. A violent strike tears through the air. A body is sent flying, blood scattering as the impact echoes brutally. Outside, chaos erupts. A glowing portal-like opening flickers in the distance. From it, massive creatures begin pouring out. Wyverns. They surge forward, wings beating violently as they crash into everything in sight. One lunges forward, jaws wide open. But he doesn't move. He stands there calmly, arms crossed. The creature charges, and the moment it enters the strange boundary around him, it's torn apart instantly. Blood splashes against the invisible barrier as the monster collapses. More follow, one after another, each one rushing in, only to be shredded the instant they cross into his space. He watches silently, expression unchanged. Then his thoughts surface. If only I could bring people into this subspace, I could move them safely. He pauses. Pax, can others be stored in the subspace? A response appears instantly. At the current level, that's not possible. But if you reach subspace level 2, you can accommodate up to 20 people. His eyes narrow slightly. Level 2. Another screen flickers into view. Current subspace level 1. Mana stones required to reach level 2, 32 out of 100. He goes quiet, then looks ahead. The remaining wyverns in this tunnel, at most around 40. Some are already retreating, fleeing in small groups. Leveling up here won't be easy. His gaze hardens. Still, thanks to the upgraded precision delivery, I managed to catch this many. Without it, it would have been far fewer. A brief pause. If I want to bring my family into the subspace eventually, then I have no choice. I need to get stronger. His eyes sharpen with resolve. Huh? A sound echoes again in the distance. Low, threatening. More wings, more creatures. In the darkness, multiple wyverns circle, their glowing eyes locking onto him, and slowly, they begin to descend. Ooh. That low, distorted cry echoes in my head, and then I see it. A creature, no, a wyvern. Its eyes glow an eerie red, locked onto me, wings spread wide like it owns the sky. For a second, my body just freezes. A wyvern? The next moment, a blinding flash of light cuts through the sky. Everything turns white. And just like that, it's gone. When my vision returns, I'm back in front of the trucks. Everyone's gathered, waiting. Is Mr. Jonggyum really okay on his own? If we try to help, we might just make things worse. Let's just hold on a little longer. They're worried. I can hear it in their voices. Then, suddenly, "Oh, look, Mr. Jung-gyum's coming back!" "Where?" I pedal forward, straight out of the tunnel. The sound of the chain rattles, my breath steady, but my clothes covered in blood. Their eyes widen the moment they see me. Shock, confusion, relief. I ride closer, sunlight hitting my face, and slowly come to a stop in front of them. Wah! They rush toward me all at once. Everyone gathers around. "Everyone, you've all worked hard under a foolish leader like me. I hope you all make it home safely, without any injuries. Thank you for everything, Director. We hope you get home safely too, Director." The director just smiles, tired but genuine. "Oh, right. If you run into any trouble on your way, try opening the cargo hold. I've prepared a little gift there. It should help." "A gift?" They look at each other, confused. "Now, let's hurry back to our families." Engines roar to life. One by one, the trucks start moving. From above, the convoy stretches out along the road, leaving the tunnel behind. The vehicles pick up speed, spreading out across the highway. Sunlight pours down through the window as I sit inside. But what was that wyvern anyway? It disappeared so fast, I didn't even get a good look at it. I'm pretty sure it was a wyvern, but something felt off. It looked different and bigger. A leader? Or an adult? I rest my head against the window, staring outside. The truck keeps moving. Then, what's that sound? A strange noise cuts through the silence. The city comes into view. Broken streets, abandoned vehicles, blood smeared across the ground. Thud, thud. We have no choice. I lower my gaze. With dead bodies everywhere and overturned cars blocking the way, there's no clear path. It's the same no matter where we go. Mr. Young-soo might have an even harder time. I look out at the ruined city again. The fact that soldiers are lying dead in the streets like this means things are worse than we thought. A monster's corpse lies twisted on the asphalt. If my discharge had been delayed by 3 months, I might have... I stop myself. "Mr. Jung-gyum." "The road." The driver slows. It seems to be blocked. Ahead, barbed wire stretches across the entire road. Wrecked cars piled up, completely sealing the way. This barbed wire, it looks like it was set up by the military. They were trying to block something. We'll have to take another route. There should be another bridge we can cross. Wait a moment. Something feels off. Over there, at the end of the bridge, there's something. Shapes move in the distance. Low, crawling, twitching. Monsters. Dozens of them. One raises its head, eyes glowing red, saliva dripping from its jaws. I see now what they were trying to block. Oh my God, why are there so many? If we enter there, this bridge will be overrun. I'll turn the car around. There must be another route. No, I cut him off. My eyes lock forward. A narrow sidewalk runs along the side, barely enough space to pass. A narrow path, with the road blocked on both sides. Wait, Mr. Young-soo. I lean forward. Is it possible for this vehicle to pass over that sidewalk? Yes, it's tight, but we should be able to make it through. No way. He hesitates. I just thought of a better way to get through here. No need to turn back. I grip tighter, a plan forming in my head. Let's go that way. 25% faster. It just occurred to me, passing through here might actually be the best option. There's no need to take another route. He makes the decision on the spot. Let's go there. The driver stiffens, eyes widening. Then, everything outside explodes into chaos.
A massive figure charges forward, tearing through the road as red, monstrous creatures swarm around it. They move like a pack, fast, violent, relentless. The ground shakes, buildings crumble, blood splatters across the scene. The truck barrels forward through it all. Mr. Jong-yum, about what you said earlier, I'm not sure I fully understand, but are you really planning to cross this bridge? Of course. His voice stays calm. It's easier than you think. The driver glances at him, uneasy. Have you ever heard of a game where 3 factions fight each other? A space strategy game called Stark? In that game, there are modes where players customize maps and settings. He gestures lightly as if explaining something simple. My favorite was a map where you had to hold off waves of monsters using limited units and terrain. The driver blinks. And you're saying this situation is like that? He nods. Exactly. Then he points ahead. Over there, reverse the truck to that spot. The vehicle shifts, and suddenly an explosion slams into the container. The impact sends shock waves through the street as debris flies everywhere. The monsters roar, closing in. I was wondering why they installed this. Now it makes sense. A translucent blue interface appears in front of him. You have unlocked Auto Ship by spending 10 magic stones. You currently have 27 magic stones. He doesn't hesitate. Pax, spend everything. Strengthen it. Consuming magic stones, increasing shipping speed to 100 kilometers per hour. The truck surges forward. Good. He steps out, blood staining his uniform, a strange glow forming behind him. If you've already had your fill, come at me. His eyes sharpen. It's playtime. Behind him, the monsters charge.
Double-door refrigerator, 830 liters, price 2,890,000 won. The moment the item registers, everything flips. A massive refrigerator is launched forward like a projectile. What? It slams straight into the charging monsters, crushing them on impact and sending bodies flying across the road. Then, you have obtained 12 magic stones. He watches it happen, a faint smile forming. Oh, so this is how it works. The system wasn't just for delivering small items. The reinforced shipping range and precision delivery, it improves while digging through the route. At first, he thought throwing axes would be enough. I could have just kept using axes since I boosted precision delivery speed. But after testing it, he realized something important. Precision delivery doesn't fully lock on to the target. It only slightly adjusts direction based on movement, which means those hounds, fast, aggressive, constantly charging, they're not just quick, they're insanely fast. Even if an axe is flying at 100 kilometers an hour, anything farther away can still dodge it. And they don't stop just because one of them dies. They keep charging. Given the current delay between shipments, the best interval I can manage right now is 2.5 seconds. That's not enough to deal with their speed. So instead, what if it's a refrigerator? A heavy object crashes down. The sheer size alone wipes them out instantly. Not just the size, the weight alone is enough to take them down even with a graze. And with automatic shipping active, I don't even have to aim precisely anymore. The refrigerators keep launching, smashing into the monsters one after another, clearing the path ahead. This couldn't be more convenient. He crosses his arms, standing calmly behind the truck as chaos unfolds in front of him. There's no need to keep watching. Pax, just hold on. All right. The monsters keep charging, but it doesn't matter. Another refrigerator shoots out, crushing them mid-run. Inside the truck, the driver stares in shock, sweat pouring down his face. What is this? He's launching refrigerators? I thought he could only throw axes. And it doesn't stop. The same refrigerators keep appearing again and again. Even for a logistics center, does it make sense to have this many in stock? Unless the retrieved stock is being reused as new products?
Axes come back? Refrigerators repeat? What is going on here? No way. Before he can process it, the door opens. Mr. Yong-soo, would you like something to eat? Mr. Jung-yum. He looks up, confused. Yes? The man hesitates for a moment, then asks carefully, could it be that the stock is unlimited? The question catches him slightly off guard. Then he answers casually, as if it's obvious. Oh, you didn't know? The other man frowns, trying to piece things together. I thought you were just collecting and reusing supplies, like retrieving thrown axes or something. But it sounds like you're actually bringing them back and using them again. He shakes his head. No, not exactly. If I didn't retrieve them, they'd just stay scattered on the road, so I simply collect them again. The explanation only half lands. I see how I misunderstood. Then is it really infinite? A short pause. Yes. Oh my. The weight of that answer sinks in. Then, almost jokingly, so what do you feel like eating? Without hesitation, a Coke Zero and a donut. The truck moves steadily down the road, the chaos outside momentarily distant. By the way, I feel a little embarrassed, the man admits with a small laugh. I don't even understand your ability properly, yet you're willing to share food with me? He chuckles. Did you just come back from tunnel patrol? Yeah. Inside the truck, the tension eases slightly as they start eating. He takes a bite, calm as ever. Thanks for trusting me. I appreciate it. If you need anything, just say the word. There's plenty where that came from. The man laughs awkwardly. I'm good, thanks. Then his expression softens. Thanks to you taking care of that monster, I think I'll be able to get home soon. If you cross that bridge, my place is only about an hour away. A spark of hope appears. Then you'll get to see your family soon. Yeah. A quiet pause. I just hope nothing's happened to them. I just want them safe. He watches him silently, then glances at his own blood-stained clothes. Me? But a thought slips out. You can't go home looking like that, can you? The man blinks, caught off guard. Ah. He nods slightly. Yeah, it might take some time before things settle down. At the very least, let's get you some new clothes. He grips the steering wheel, a bit embarrassed. Do you have a preferred style? A faint smile forms. You're even helping me pick clothes now. Thank you. The man grins. I'm not sure I'll have exactly what you want, though. A brief silence passes, then something clicks. He reaches over and picks up a pair of sunglasses. The lenses catch the light with a sharp gleam. A moment later, the man puts them on, and his entire presence shifts. Cool, composed. From the passenger seat, he watches closely. Most of the issues are solved now, maybe one or two left. The driver nods, tightening his grip. They're durable enough. Let's move out. The engine hums as they prepare to leave, but suddenly, a strange sound echoes from outside, a dragging noise, something unnatural. From the shadows, figures begin to emerge, bodies moving in broken, unnatural ways. Their limbs twitch, dragging across the ground, and then one steps forward. The moment those creatures start moving, the driver doesn't hesitate. He slams the accelerator. The tires explode against the pavement with a loud screech as debris and dust scatter everywhere. Inside, Mr. Jung-yum grabs onto the handle above him, eyes wide. No! From above, the city blurs past as the truck barrels straight through the road, swerving between abandoned vehicles and broken concrete. Outside, the creatures are too slow. Some get knocked aside, others barely react as the truck blasts through. The driver's hands move fast and precise on the controls. Gear shift, clutch, turn. Everything is smooth, almost practiced. Hold on tight, Mr. Jung-yum. His voice is calm. It'll only take 20 minutes. Even with monsters on the road, he sounds completely confident. The truck speeds through the ruined city, weaving between abandoned vehicles and shattered streets. From a distance, it looks almost reckless, like it might flip at any moment. Inside, Mr. Jung-yum is not doing great. Young-soo, maybe a little slower. He covers his mouth, face pale. I feel like I'm going to throw up. The driver doesn't even flinch. Suddenly, the truck brakes hard. Dust kicks up around them. Silence. Then, we have arrived. Outside the window, a damaged apartment building stands. Part of it collapsed, windows shattered, but it's still standing, still home. After everything, they made it. The building stands worn and cracked. It's not just damaged from recent chaos, the structure itself is old. Even the surrounding buildings show the same signs of decay. The streets are eerily empty, no bodies, no signs of struggle, which somehow feels more unsettling than places filled with corpses. He thinks of his family. A single desperate hope fills his mind. They will be safe. Nearby, another man stands frozen in front of a door. His finger hovers over the keypad, trembling. He knows what opening it might mean. From behind, the protagonist watches quietly. He understands immediately. This isn't hesitation, it's fear. The man had rushed here faster than humanly possible, driven only by the thought of his family. But now that he's finally here, he can't press the button, because if what's waiting inside is death, there's no taking it back. The protagonist thinks to himself, if it were me, I'd feel the same. He steps forward and gently places a hand on the man's shoulder. Should I press it for you instead? The man turns, shaken. After a brief moment, he answers softly, yes, please. Without hesitation, the protagonist steps up to the door and presses the button. The door begins to open. Both of them tense. Time seems to stretch in that single moment. Then, the door opens. A woman stands there, alive. Behind her, a small child peeks out. Honey? Dad! Disbelief flashes across the man's face, and then it breaks into overwhelming relief. The silence is shattered not by horror, but by reunion. In a world filled with destruction and fear, this moment proves something important. Not everything has been lost. And as he watches, the protagonist realizes his power isn't just for survival or fighting, it's something more. It gives him the ability to reach people, to protect moments like this, and maybe to save others too.
Tears stream down the man's face as the weight of everything finally breaks. His legs give out and he stumbles forward. Then he rushes in, wrapping his arms tightly around his wife and child. He holds them like he might lose them again if he lets go. For a moment, he can't even speak. The protagonist watches quietly from the side, a faint, gentle smile on his face. Through tears, the man manages to ask, How did you know to open the door? His wife answers softly, I heard a noise and looked through the peephole. When I saw you standing there, I opened it. She hugs him tighter. I'm so glad you're safe. Really glad. The child cries in his arms, overwhelmed, clinging to him. Then the man remembers. He turns back toward the protagonist. But who is this? Realization hits him. This is the person, the one who helped me get here safely. Before he can finish, everything suddenly shifts. The protagonist is violently thrown back, crashing hard as if something unseen struck him. Mr. Janyum! His vision blurs. Voices echo around him faintly. Mr. Kim! Jung! The world fades into darkness. A thought surfaces in the void. I can't sleep here. I can't take it anymore. Then, a voice cuts through. Dad, why aren't you crying? The scene changes. The man now sits quietly beside a child in a dim, solemn room. There's no panic here, no chaos, only stillness. He smiles faintly and says, The thing about parting is that it doesn't always bring just sadness. Many emotions come to mind, like the time we spent together. Affection, gratitude, regret, longing, all of those feelings. A framed photo of an elderly woman rests nearby, surrounded by flowers. So there's no need for a farewell to be only sad. The child looks up, confused. Then you feel more gratitude than sadness? The man nods gently. Yes, because I've been shown the true essence of love." The child listens closely. A heart that cares without expecting anything in return. It's difficult to understand now, but one day, when you grow up, you will. You'll realize that giving and receiving love is never easy. The child stares ahead, quietly absorbing those words, as if they will stay with him forever.
A sharp smack echoes. His head snaps to the side, eyes wide in shock as pain blooms across his cheek. Before he can react, another hit lands. A pillow swings again and again, absurdly soft but somehow painfully effective, knocking him backward as he flails in confusion. "Ah, why are you hitting me so hard?" he cries, clutching his face, eyes watering. His sister stands over him, annoyed, gripping the pillow. She scoffs. "What do you mean, hitting hard? I even used a pillow. It'd go easy on you." Then, rolling her eyes, she mutters, "Such a crybaby." "I hate you, sis! I'm telling Dad everything!" he shouts, scrambling away as she raises the pillow again, like a champion defending her title. From a distance, their father watches the chaos unfold at the dinner table, his children bickering, laughing, shouting. To him, it's noisy, but warm. Even if the younger one is annoying, even if the older one teases too much, one day they'll understand just how precious moments like this are. Dinner is ready, their mother calls them over, placing dishes on the table as the family gathers, still bickering, still laughing. "Juyan, stop playing on your phone and come eat." Teasing continues, questions about crushes, complaints, laughter. "Are you watching fights again?" someone asks, noticing the boy's bruised face. "You're hagging the TV," another adds. Talk shifts to school. "Middle school next year, huh? There's a boxing club, you should try it. You might be good at it." He pauses, absorbing it all. Middle school. The next morning, dressed in a fresh uniform, he steps forward with a small smile. It's finally here. Students pass by, chatting, laughing. He adjusts his bag, trying to look confident, even a little proud. It's still just a school uniform, but it feels like something more. Then, a fist slams into his face. Everything spins as he's thrown to the ground. Pain explodes through his body as a group surrounds him, kicks and punches raining down without mercy. He curls up, trying to shield himself, but the blows keep coming. A foot rises again, someone else stepping in, ready to strike. And just like that, the hopeful beginning shatters into violence. A fist is about to come down, but suddenly it stops midair. Someone has grabbed it. The attacker freezes. A figure stands behind him, calm and unmoving, gripping his wrist like iron. There's no anger in his face, just quiet control. The grip tightens slightly. The air shifts. The bully hesitates. Back in the classroom, everything feels normal again, but not for him. "From now on, you should join the morning exercises too." He looks up, startled, still processing what just happened. Outside, sunlight filters through the trees, but the peace doesn't last. He's running, gasping, terrified, while someone chases him down. Footsteps closing in, fear rising. Then, laughter, a different memory. "I passed!" A phone screen shakes in his hand as he repeats it, overwhelmed with joy. "I passed!" At home, the family erupts. "Juyan got into nursing school? And unbelievable!" Voices overlap. Shock, pride, happiness. Time moves forward. A quiet room. A computer hums. "Chongyam, I think the time has come." "The time for what?" An envelope is handed over. He opens it slowly. His eyes widen. Military enlistment. The sky stretches wide above him as he stands there holding the paper, his future decided. At the gate, his family gathers. "Make sure you come back safe. Don't get hurt." His mother's voice trembles. His father tries to stay composed. "Don't be discouraged, my son." He turns back one last time. They wave. "Always be careful. Come back safe." He walks forward, step by step, until the distance grows, until they're small figures behind him. Tears finally fall, not loud, not dramatic, just quiet and heavy. That night, a bed, a silent room. He stares at the ceiling. Then, suddenly, he jolts upright. Where am I? His heart pounds. Did I faint? Memories blur together, his last clear thought still lingering. Then, a voice. Are you awake? He turns. The room is warm. Soft light fills the space. At a table nearby, a woman, a child, eating. They both look at him surprised. And just like that, everything feels strangely normal again. Warm light spills across the room. For a second, I freeze. A woman sits at the table, gently holding a bowl. A little girl beside her, cheeks full, clutching a fork. They both turn toward me at the same time. Their eyes widen slightly. I must look completely out of place. From above, it almost feels unreal, like I've stepped into something peaceful that doesn't belong in this world anymore. I quickly turn away, catching myself. Are you okay? You suddenly collapsed and fell asleep. I didn't want to wake you. You seemed exhausted. So I passed out. I tighten my grip on the axe instinctively, then relax. A faint glow forms in my hand. The weapon flickers, then disappears into the portal. How long was I out? Not long, maybe 3 hours? I see. The woman smiles softly. My husband told me. He said you helped a lot getting here. Thank you, truly. Thank you for letting me see my husband again. No. I raise my hand quickly. That's not... Compared to what I've received, I didn't do much. You saved my life. I glance over. The man I saw earlier is sitting up now. Mr. Young-soo, you must be hungry. Please, eat first before we talk. My husband insisted we eat together with you, Mr. Jung-yum. He hasn't eaten yet because of that. Then I won't refuse. I'll eat. Steam rises from the table. A simple meal, but warm. I stare at it. Congareel stew? I'm not sure if it'll suit your taste. I wanted to prepare something better, but with what we have, this is the best we could do. There's nothing more valuable than this right now. Thank you for the meal. My daughter and I already ate, so please don't worry about us. Just enjoy it. They step out, giving me space. You don't have to leave the room. I glance at the man. Go ahead, Mr. Jung-yum. I look back at the food. Warm, safe. For the first time in a while, it feels normal. But something about this place, I haven't let my guard down. Oh, yes. I lift the spoon slowly. The steam rises. Warm, familiar. I take a bite, and everything stops. This taste. A warmth spreads instantly. Rich, deep, comforting. Flavors unfold one after another, balanced, gentle, yet full. The slight sweetness, the savory depth, everything blends perfectly. Before I realize it, it feels like home. I ate well. I set the spoon down quietly. Since the world turned into this, no, even before that, since I left the military, in the past 3 months, this is the best meal I've had. I must say, it reminds me of my mother's cooking. Mr. Jung-yum, I look up. You said your destination was Gangnam, right? Yes, for now. I'll drive you there. What? I already talked it over with my wife. When I told her you were heading to Gangnam, she said, "What matters is that you saved our family." No, wait. Gangnam isn't my final stop. I'm planning to go to Uijeongbu, so I'll need a vehicle for longer. I understand. That's why there's a condition. First, let's talk outside. We step out. The sky glows faintly as the light changes. So, you're saying we take this truck to Gangnam, and once we arrive, Mr. Young-soo comes back using an electric bicycle, and the condition is that I get the electric bike when I need it? Yes. Honestly, giving you a bike doesn't feel like much in return, but if it's all right with you, Mr. Young-yum, I'll get you to Gangnam as quickly as I can. Well, I understand the plan, but... What? Why are you willing to take this risk?
With your driving skills, you could probably avoid most threats, and right now, it's still dangerous out there. And after you've secured your family with food and supplies, there's no real reason for you to risk this, right? Mr. Young-soo, you've come this far for your family, haven't you? I don't understand. Why are you trying to help me? Well, didn't you save me? You helped me. Why did you help me, Mr. Yoonggim? He asks it plainly, standing in front of the truck, his voice steady but filled with genuine confusion. Yoonggim doesn't answer right away. He pauses, eyes lowering slightly, as if choosing his words carefully. If it weren't for your help, I wouldn't have made it this far, the man continues, his tone softening. Maybe I wouldn't have even escaped the tunnel. I might have died. Yoongjum looks up, a light behind him casting a calm glow over his expression. So I'm just trying to give help in return as much as I can. He takes a breath, then adds, and we're actually in the same situation, aren't we? Even as he says it, the weight of the world around them feels heavier. Although you've awakened a good ability, Mr. Yoonggim, that doesn't mean it's not hard for you, Mr. Yoonggim, the man replies, listening carefully. Yoonggim nods slightly. Even though the world is in ruins, we still hold on to the hope that our families are safe, like when I risked passing through the tunnel. He meets the man's eyes. Yoonggim, you're in the same difficult situation. For a moment, silence settles between them. Then the man scratches the back of his head and lets out a small laugh. Isn't it good if we help each other? He hesitates. I feel like it's a bit presumptuous of me to say I'm helping you, though. His expression turns more serious. But don't worry too much. If things get worse, I'll flee without hesitation. I'm not foolish enough to risk my life or my family. Yoongjum accepts that without protest. Well then, I'll head out. If it seems impossible, come back right away. Take care, Mr. Yoongjum. He raises his hand in farewell before turning away, mounting a bicycle as several people watch from behind. Without looking back, he rides forward, heading straight toward the tunnel. As the wind rushes past him, his focus sharpens, his mind growing quiet, controlled, precise. His attention narrows to a single point. A faint distortion flickers in the air. He extends his hand, and something drops into it, a set of keys. A soft metallic click echoes, then crack. Glass splinters somewhere nearby, the fracture spreading like a web, as if space itself briefly gave way. But Yoongjum doesn't stop. He keeps riding. The scene shifts to the open road ahead, sunlight pouring down over the mountains as he pedals toward the tunnel entrance, calm and composed. Back at the truck. Oh, of course, only if you're okay with it, that is, the man says, rubbing his neck awkwardly. Mr. Young-soo. He exhales. As you've seen, my ability, subspace, is a space that nothing can enter without my permission. He continues, more confidently now. As long as subspace is maintained, I can even duplicate items from the storage facility. Yes, Yoongjum answers simply. I understand. You've explained it to me. Then his tone shifts. If you want me to help you, I also have a condition. A condition? First, Yoongjum says, stepping closer, my destination is Gangnam, Uljinro, Dobanggu, and finally Ujangbu. He looks directly at him. Please come with me till Ujangbu until I find all my family. A brief pause. Second, I can't do it alone. A faint glow stirs behind him, subtle but unmistakable. When I level up my subspace, I can bring other people in as well. His gaze sharpens. That includes you and your family, Mr. Young-soo. The words settle heavily between them, not just a proposal, but a promise, and perhaps the only chance they both have left. If you're going, your family will come along too. Jung-yum stands calmly, the faint glow of his subspace swirling behind him. Thanks to defeating the monster dogs, I can level up my subspace now. He clenches his fist slightly. If you continue to help me find my family, I will also protect yours. Young-soo lets out a small laugh. Mr. Jung-yum. He adjusts his sunglasses, then answers decisively. I'll bring my wife and daughter.
A confident smile spreads across his face. Let's head out right away. A system window appears. Spend 100 magic stones to upgrade subspace to level 2. Proceed? Current magic stones, 116. Expected magic stones after upgrade, 16. Subspace is upgrading, 43%. Moments later, subspace level 2 achieved. Maintenance costs are being adjusted. Magic Stone 1 to Magic Stone 6. What? With the upgrade, the capacity has expanded to accommodate 20 people. An additional ability allows you to store items in front of you. Storage capacity, 1 item. The maintenance cost of 6 is a bit steep. Another notice appears. There are additional abilities and enhancements available with the upgrade. I'll check those later. More importantly, a new message interrupts him. An external presence is attempting to enter. Will you allow the entry of Oh-Ji-Soo, Lee Yu-jung, and Young-Soo? Jung-Yum answers simply, allow. Footsteps echo. Young-Soo, his wife, and their daughter step through the glowing entrance. Oh my goodness! Their eyes widen. They look around in awe at the vast, organized space filled with supplies. Packs! Jung-Yum gestures toward a small robot. Here, like this. The robot lights up with a friendly expression. If there's anything you need while staying, just call PAX. You can check items from PAX, and if necessary, delivery is possible. There's even a fresh food center, so you can get most of the ingredients you need. The family hesitates. Are you sure we can use all of this freely? Each of these is precious, but we can just use them? Jung-Yum answers calmly. It's fine. Everything here is infinite. What? Since everything can be duplicated, feel free to use it without asking. And for now, Mr. Young-Soo, take a little break. We'll head out in about 30 minutes. I also need to check on some things regarding my abilities. Young-Soo nods. I'm ready whenever you are. If you're curious about anything, feel free to ask. Thank you. In the background, his daughter clings to him excitedly. My daughter, shall you play princess with Daddy after a long time? Okay. Jung-Yum turns slightly. Then I'll go prepare some snacks. So then, he looks at the interface again. Let's see what new abilities I have. A new panel appears. Unlockable features. Cost, 50. Subspace Lab, new. A laboratory where you can combine, classify, and transform registered items in subspace. Simultaneous shipping, 2. Jung-Yum studies it quietly, realizing his ability has become even more powerful. What exactly is his ability? A system window flickers into existence. Subspace, personal storage, level 1. He can place a single object directly in front of him into this space. Storage capacity, 1. So that's it. His ability is subspace. He studies the screen quietly. Anything right in front of him can be stored away and retrieved whenever he wants. Nothing enters unless he allows it. At first glance, that seems simple, but something about it feels different. A monstrous creature lunges toward him through a warped opening, its massive body covered in wounds. He braces himself, instinctively reacting. This should have been the limit of his power, but things changed after he integrated the logistics center. A new system message appears. An operating system compatible with the system has been discovered. Updating. PAX AI merges with the awakening system. And just like that, everything evolves. His ability isn't just opening and closing a storage space anymore. It branches out, splitting into multiple functions. A red beast roars as something is violently launched. Shipment. He can now fire stored objects at extreme speed, nearly 100 kilometers per hour. Even before, subspace alone was already insane, but after meeting PAX, it became something else entirely. He leans back slightly, a faint smile forming. He never expected new abilities just from leveling up. Another notification appears. As subspace levels up, he can now store 2 objects instead of 1. His eyes widen slightly. So it's not limited to just 1 anymore. He can store more than just PAX FC. But that's not all. Another feature unlocks. Unlockable item, Subspace Lab, cost 50. a facility that allows combining, separating, and transforming items stored within subspace. He pauses. A lab inside his ability? Is it really possible to combine items, break them apart, even transform them? What does that even mean? He looks down at the interface, thinking it through. Maybe it means creating something entirely new by merging items together. If that's true, then leveling up will make this ability even more ridiculous. He reaches out slightly, tempted to explore everything immediately. But reality sets in. He doesn't have enough mana stones. So for now, all he can confirm is simple. He can store an object in front of him, capacity 1, newly updated. His thoughts drift back to the first time. When he stored PAX FC, he thought he had completely lost it, like he'd just muttered nonsense. But it actually worked. PAX FC was fully stored. If that's the case, if he can store anything in this space, he slowly turns his head, deep in thought. Then a bold idea forms. What should he store? He looks forward, eyes steady. The Earth. The system responds immediately. Target designated. Do you want to store it? He doesn't hesitate. Store it. Silence. Nothing happens. A message appears. Failed. The Earth cannot be stored. Target is outside the allowable range. Damn it. Yeah, he expected that. Still, it was worth trying. He exhales lightly, refocusing. If it had been Ishad, maybe it would have worked differently. Footsteps approach from behind. Mr. Jungyum. He glances over his shoulder. I checked the route to Gangnam. If we take this main road, it should be faster. Jungyum glances at the map in the man's hands, then nods. All right, but something crosses his mind. Weren't you supposed to spend time with your daughter? About that. The man gives a small, knowing smile. Not far away, a little girl lies fast asleep on a thin mattress. Toys were scattered around her. Blocks, a toy truck, bits of a small world she must have been playing in before exhaustion took over. It looks like she felt safe here. Fell asleep after playing for a while. I see. They watch quietly for a moment. Then the man turns back to him, his voice softer. I know I say this a lot, but I'm really grateful, Mr. Jungyum. Jungyum lets out a small laugh. You've helped me just as much as I've helped you, Mr. Young-soo. We're even. Right, we're helping each other. I'll do whatever I can for you, too. Jungyum's expression stiffens slightly. Something about that tone feels off. Wait, hold on. A faint uneasiness creeps in. Why does this suddenly feel so serious? They're already on the move. I'm not good for much except driving, Young-soo says with a grin, hands steady on the wheel. But when it comes to speed, I'm faster than anyone. Jungyum immediately cuts in. Can you slow down a bit? You helped me. I can't do that. There's a beat of silence. Then Jungyum exhales. Fine, let's pick up the pace. Tears stream down his face as he forces a smile, half relief, half tension. The truck roars forward, speeding through abandoned streets. Buildings blur past, cracked and broken. Dust lifts into the air as they push deeper into the city. Eventually, they veer off the main road. The truck rumbles onto rougher ground. It's definitely quieter here than the main road, Young-soo notes. Grass brushes against the wheels as they pass. Doesn't seem like there are many monsters or people. Yeah. Jungyum looks out the window, scanning the unfamiliar path. I didn't even know this road existed on the way to Seoul. I heard this place used to be some kind of Bronze Age excavation site, never got developed. So that's why. Even if the road is rough, it's empty. No monsters, no suspicious movement. Yeah, I just hope this road ends soon. Young-soo's smile fades slightly. That... Jungyum follows his gaze. Ahead, the road opens up into a wide clearing. Something's wrong. Barricades, military grade. Heavy blocks line the road, reinforced with metal. And laid across the ground, spike strips. This is a military checkpoint? Could the military still be here? Jungyum looks ahead through the windshield, eyes narrowing slightly. There is a base nearby, but... He exhales quietly. No, I don't think so. The truck rolls closer. Military vehicles, weapons, equipment. Everything screams military. But something doesn't add up.
The gear is military, but the people aren't. The headlights cut through the dust as they approach. Young Yum's gaze sharpens. They've probably been watching us this whole time. Young Soo grips the wheel tighter. Then we can't avoid them. What do we do? Young Yum stays calm. I'll open a portal under the steering wheel. Stay inside for now. Young Soo glances at him. You sure you'll be okay on your own? I'll manage. If they wanted to kill him, they would have opened fire already. That means this is about something else. 3 men step out from behind the barricade, rifles in hand. Young Yum watches them carefully. There are 3 of them. One of them clicks his tongue, clearly annoyed. That driver's trash. I was hoping the tires would blow. Young Yum frowns slightly. What's going on? The man steps closer, expression rough and impatient. What do you think? Then he jerks his head toward the truck. Get out and open the cargo, now! The doors swing open. The men freeze. Wow, stacks of supplies fill the truck, boxes upon boxes. Tuna, tuna. Damn, we hit the jackpot. Young Yum steps down, facing them. So you're a delivery guy, huh? Is all this yours? Yeah. The man smirks. No, not anymore. He rests the rifle over his shoulder. It's ours now. Young Yum's expression doesn't change. As expected, they're after the food. The man eyes him sharply. Where'd you get all this? Young Yum hesitates for a second. From a logistics center. If you're asking where exactly, you probably wouldn't know it anyway. He gestures slightly. The roads leading there are collapsed, completely blocked. The man listens silently. If you need more, I can bring more. A pause. Then the question comes. How much food do you actually have? What you see here is just a small portion. You serious? Yeah. One of the men steps forward, lowering his voice. Brother, it's time. The leader glances at him. Already? He clicks his tongue. Guess we don't have a choice. He turns. Hey, take Young. Grab the hood. Young Yum's eyes narrow slightly. It's time. For what? The leader looks back at him. Mingyu, get the truck moving. I'll take him. Yes. Young Yum stands still. What? A sudden impact slams into him before he can react. His body jerks forward as pain explodes through his torso, forcing the air out of his lungs. Ugh! His vision shakes, teeth clenched as he struggles to stay conscious. Blood sprays slightly as the force sends him reeling, completely caught off guard. Before he can recover, he's forced down to his knees. A large man looms behind him, gripping him tightly and pressing something over his head, forcing him into submission. Voices echo in the darkness. Sir, this is Seokjun. A brief pause. All right, bring him in. This the guy? Yeah. He claims he brought all the food and supplies from the logistics center. Another voice cuts in, calm but firm. Time was short. He rushed everything here. Let me take a look first. A sharp hit follows. Pfft! Pain shoots through him again. He winces, a drop of sweat running down his face as he forces his eyes open, trying to stay aware of what's happening. Moments later, he's dragged into a room and forced onto a chair. The atmosphere shifts immediately. This isn't some random hideout. It's official, military. The man seated across from him carries authority without even trying. The uniform, the posture, everything about him screams command. A glance around the room confirms it. Flags on the wall, structured setup, and something far more unsettling. There are traces of blood and bodies. The realization hits him hard. A soldier's corpse lying there like it's nothing. His thoughts tighten. Why would they bring someone in like this, with a hood over their head? The man at the desk finally speaks, voice measured. I've heard a bit about you. He leans back slightly, studying him. You brought food and supplies on a truck, right? And you're saying those came from the logistics center, and that you're the only one who can get in? A brief silence. So where exactly did you get them? He swallows, forcing himself to answer despite the pressure. Yes, I collected everything from the Gunpo Logistics Center. The commander nods slowly. Smart. A faint smirk crosses his face. Should have thought of hitting a place like that earlier myself. Silence lingers. Where am I? His voice is cautious now, eyes scanning the room again. What's going on? The man exhales, almost amused. Isn't it obvious? This is a military base. He taps his cigarette lightly, thinking. What was it called again? Command, communications, joint command, maybe? The words hit him like a flash of lightning. His eyes widen. Communications headquarters. Everything starts clicking into place, but it only makes things more confusing. I'm exempt from service. I don't really know the exact name. Ash falls into the tray as the commander flicks his cigarette, unfazed. What's going on? The tension in the room thickens. The commander glances at the time. Just wait. It's almost 6. He looks back at him, expression unreadable. You'll understand soon enough. It's faster if you see it yourself. The guy? Before anyone can answer, a strange, chilling sound begins to echo through the room. A low, distorted noise, like something unnatural approaching. Everyone freezes. Kay? The commander tilts his head slightly, listening. Then, without a hint of surprise, it's already here.
Young Yem's gaze sharpens slightly as he turns his head. That sound. Before he can finish the thought, something cuts across the sky. Wyvern? Through the broken opening, a massive shadow glides overhead, its wings blotting out the light as multiple creatures circle above the mountains. The air itself feels heavier, like a warning pressing down on everything below. A closer look makes it worse. The creatures aren't just distant silhouettes. Their jagged forms and massive bodies sweep past, close enough to feel real. Zhang Yim's expression tightens, a bead of sweat forming. What is that? Is that also a wyvern? It's huge. Yeah, it's massive, right? That thing's no joke. The man leans back in his chair, speaking casually despite the tension. I thought I was pretty strong, but I almost died to it. He exhales slowly, eyes half-lidded. Weirdly enough, my attacks felt like they were blocked by something. He tilts his head slightly. See that soldier over there? The one with his head smashed into the wall? Zhang Yim follows his gesture. In the background, the aftermath is clear. Blood, bodies, and silence. According to him, the military tried to fight that monster with guns, and they all died. A pause. I mean, even my powers don't work on it, so what chance would bullets have? His tone stays flat, almost indifferent. So they started recruiting people to fight monsters. The scene shifts, revealing more blood-stained floors and abandoned gear. But when I got here, I realized something. The monsters are strong, and the military is weak. A faint smirk forms. Perfect, right? Another beat. So I took over. Zhang Yim's eyes flicker slightly, but he says nothing. Oh, don't get the wrong idea, the man adds quickly. I haven't killed them, not yet. His gaze drifts lazily. I wanted to save you because you seemed to know a lot, maybe because I was starving. My condition wasn't great. He sighs, almost bored. They'll probably die on their own soon anyway. But back to the point. There's plenty of weapons here, everything we need, except food. He taps the desk lightly. You go to the logistics center with the kids and get some food. Then, as if sealing a deal, departure will be tomorrow morning. After seeing what you can do, I'll accept you as one of us. A faint smile. Joining us will be great for you. We can protect you from monsters like that one. Zhang Yim lowers his gaze slightly, his voice calm. I was wondering what to put in. A quiet pause. And this place seems perfect. The words land differently. PAX. Store the Joint Command Communications Headquarters in the subspace. The man's expression stiffens instantly. What are you saying? Zhang Yim lifts his eyes, completely unfazed. Do you want to die? The atmosphere shifts in an instant. The man, who had been lounging comfortably just moments ago, freezes, his eyes widening slightly. Huh?